Hello guys, Happy New Year, Happy 2020 to you. I cannot believe it's a new year and that it's already January. The past few weeks have just flown by. Today's video is my top 19 products of 2019. I chose 19 products because that's just how my brain works. Everything from makeup to skincare, hair care, and a perfume as well. I looked at my best of 2018. So many of those products I am still using and loving, or I've repurchased them this year, so I will include that video down below. There's a few of them that I almost put onto this list, and then I realized I already included them in a yearly favorites and I didn't want to do any repeats, so check that out if you're curious. Let me know below while I'm rambling what your favorites of 2019 were, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get into the list. When coming up with this list, I realized so many of these products were not new releases in 2019. I just fell in love with them in 2019, and I will have them broken down into categories. So I'm gonna start with the makeup first. This I actually think I started using in 2018, but it carried over to 2019, and it is a holy grail product for me. This is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Gel Moisture Cream, Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream if I wanna be exact. It has an SPF of 30. This is almost like my mistress because I wear it each and every single day that I'm not filming. For the most part, if I'm filming, especially if I'm doing my makeup in that video, I use foundation. But more often than not, most days, most normal regular days, I wear a tinted moisturizer. The only other time I really wear foundation is if we have like a date night, or I'm going to a friend's house, or we have some kind of event. But for the most part, it's tinted moisturizer. I think I went through maybe 2 of these this year, so that just goes to show how long it does last, and I have 2 backups. I like the coverage of it. Most important for me is that it doesn't cling to my dry patches. I have very dry skin, especially going into the winter, and previous tinted moisturizers that I tried, by the end of the day, I would always see that it like settled into like my flaky skin. This doesn't do it. It just gives me the perfect amount of coverage, that light coverage that I want every day, and it gives my skin a really dewy look. Another added bonus to this product is quick application. I never find that I need a brush or a sponge. I take about the size, I'd say, of a pearl, apply it to my fingertips, and then swipe it all around my face. It never looks streaky. If you're looking for something that has that light coverage that you can build a little bit, that helps with some redness and also provides SPF, I would highly recommend this one. And for the days that I do want a fuller coverage, the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation. Mine is in the shade LP4. When I picked this up over the summer, I think I used it in a video, maybe a first impressions video, I don't remember. But after that initial use, I didn't want to put it down. Every other video, if you go back and look at all my descriptions for my videos, this is what's listed. I like the way it wears on my skin. So many foundations look good at first, and I can say, oh yeah, it's fine, it's not crackling, it's not settling into my dry spots, and then a few hours later it does exactly that. This one wears extremely well on my skin. I like how much I can build it up. It can be a medium to full coverage depending on how much you want. I like the way it applies. You can see how dirty it is. It has a pump, but then it also has a doe foot if you want to go in and do more of like precision kind of applications. And this shade, the LP4, is one of the best foundation matches I've ever found for myself. It's pretty much exact. It never looks too yellow. It also doesn't seem to oxidize on me. I don't usually have that issue, but it's worth mentioning. They also make 100 shades of this foundation, which is really cool. My Ulta, I think, carries about 20 or 25, but go on their website, check it out. I don't know what their return policy is like, but if you have a hard time finding a shade for yourself, that could be an option. Pure is one of those brands that I was never super interested in. They always seemed kind of boring, but since starting at Ulta, of course, I'm always shopping there. Half the time I get off of work and I go ahead, I clock out, and then I start shopping. I discovered a couple things from them that I love this year, this foundation, and then also their lashes. Let me know what else you like from them below. I'm always curious about trying new products. Another product I love and have to mention that is a base product is this concealer from Flower Beauty. This is the Light Illusion Concealer in the shade Fair. I use this time and time again after filming a full face of trying out Flower Beauty for the first time. This is not a full coverage concealer. It's more like light to medium. You can build it up. But what I love about this is that it doesn't look dry at all whatsoever underneath my eyes. And I also never need to set it. This makeup has been on for about 3 hours now, and you can see I don't have any creasing underneath the eyes, so I think that's very impressive. This one is, I think, my second tube that I picked up, so it has lasted me a long time too. Opposite from the last two products that I mentioned, this shade range for this product sucks. I think there's only 6, and it goes from light to medium. They need more shades. I also sadly noticed not too long ago at Ulta, everything was 50% off for Flower Beauty, and they are discontinuing them. I can see that percentage going even higher with them trying to get rid of inventory. I know the other 2 places to buy Flower Beauty is of course on their website, and then also Walmart. And honestly, Walmart isn't too far from me, but Target's much closer, and I'm a Target girl. I love the Starbucks there. I love going and shopping their clothing, and I like their beauty aisle better, so I don't know if I will go out of my way to go to Walmart to buy this product. And I also don't see myself going onto the Flower Beauty website and trying to spend $50 or whatever it is to get that free shipping. So I don't know, this could be the last that you hear me talk about this product. Probably not, but I had to mention it because I talked about it pretty much every other video. I did recently purchase from First Aid Beauty their Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer, and it seems sort of similar to this one, so we'll see once I get it in the mail. And then I've also been using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer, and I like the coverage of that one, but I had to include this one as well. This next product, the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer with all the fingerprints on the top. Best primer of the year. I thought for sure I picked this up in 2018, but I think what it is that it was on my wish list for so long. I heard Tati talking about it and recommending it in videos, but it sat on my wish list because of the price point, and I finally picked it up. I think it was in February with points. Even though I've been using it all year, I haven't hit pan on it. I use the smallest amount, and I always use it on my nose. The reason why this is making it in is it's the first primer that I've been like, okay, my pores are gone. All the other primers I've tried, I really like the one from Touch in Soul, but it doesn't completely get rid of my pores the way that this one does. I do always use this with another primer. I will use some kind of hydrating primer around the perimeters of my face, and then I will use this on my nose, and then also in here where pores are a problem. Bit more on the expensive side. It's definitely more pricey, but it works, and I have to include it in this video. This next product, I do not understand why it doesn't have 5 stars on Sephora. I think it's at 3 or 4 stars. This is the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Liner in Boss. It's black. They do make a few other shades, and I also have a couple other shades, but I use the black the most frequently. It lasts on my waterline extremely well. It also doesn't tug or pull. It's very creamy feeling, and it doesn't run. Not much more I could ask for from a liner. You have one side that is the liner, and then you have one side, it's so dirty, and then you have another side that has a smudger and a sharpener on it. I also have the brown, which is CEO, and then BCC, which is the Nude for Me shade. This liner has become such a staple for me. It is the one that I wear when I want my makeup to last the longest and to look the best. I would love to see them come out with some more colors. They do have a blue as well, which I don't own, and I believe a holographic kind of silver one, but I would love to see some brights or some neons from them. Speaking of, you guys know I had to include these. These are the LA Girl Neon Shockwave Liners. Some of these are eye and some of them are lip. I did read that the lip ones are eye safe, and I've been using them in my waterline without issues, but I wanted to let you know, just proceed with caution if you pick these up. These are the best neon bright liners that I have ever tried, hands down. They are so creamy. They never tug on my waterline, and they last extremely well. I'm going to swatch them for you. I just had to clean that off a little bit because it had some black around it from whatever I used it with last. This is Screamin', and it is yellow. And I believe that one was the first one I tried. This one is called Gotcha, Fresh, Vivid. So those were all the eyeliners. The next ones are the lip liners, and two of these shades I haven't used yet, but I wanted to mention for the eyeliners, I think I purchased most of them in the summer, with the yellow shade being in, I want to say somewhere around March, and you can see that they haven't dried out yet. So this next one, ooh, okay, that broke a little bit, but this one is called Pop. I used this one in my last video, and it is a very hot pink. And then this one is called Fiery. And lastly, Blaze. They do also make an orange, which is technically a lip liner, but that one is not available at Ulta. I think it's just on their website. This next product is in my current project pan, not because I don't love it, it's because I do. I purchased a backup of it. This one I can tell is sort of drying out and I want to get through it. The Essence Lash Princess Mascara, the False Effect, it's the green one. They have a few other colors that I haven't tried, but I would like to. This one just separates my lashes so well without looking clumpy. Also too, it works really well when I am doing false lashes. It kind of made me rethink my mascara buying habits because I have 8 of them, including this one currently open. I am never going to get through that before they dry out, and most of them over there are worth, I'd say, between $20 and $30, and I'm just wasting that money. I would much rather buy something like this that is much cheaper, and no, I don't want it to dry out, but if it does, I'm not going to be kicking myself for it. Really lovely mascara, and if you haven't tried it, I would recommend it. And then I also have some of these, the Flower Beauty Blush Balm Color Drops. I'm wearing one of them now. I believe it's the shade Nectar that I put on. These are very light and can be built up. The reason why they're making it into this list is because I've never used a cream blush that works so well. It never looks streaky, it doesn't look blotchy, and it also doesn't disturb my makeup. I have used other cream blushes that I've done everything. I've done my eyes, I've done my base, and then I put the blush on and it just breaks up all of my makeup underneath. You know how frustrating that is. I immediately will just be in tears. I'm someone who always cries out of frustration. But anyway, that's enough about me. These don't do that. I've even accidentally put them on top of powder. I think I was filming a video and I just wanted to show you guys what a shade looked like, and it still looked good. I don't know how that's even possible. This shade, the Nectar shade you can see today, it's not even like bam, like in your face. It just kind of looks like my skin with a little bit more color to it. This was 2 coats of it. I do 1, 2, 3, blend it in, and then another 1, 2, 3. I think they have 6 shades of this, and I don't have any that are more of like a berry tone or a pink red kind of tone. So I don't know how they would look on other skin tones, but I can say that I do love these 3 and I rotate them often. One of the last makeup products, these are the Hourglass Scattered Light Shadows. As you can see, I couldn't stop collecting them this year. I love Hourglass. I am such a sucker for their brand. These look absolutely stunning. I have Reflect on my eyes today. I have applied them both wet with a brush and then also with my fingertip. They look flawless either way. They do have a little bit of fallout, but that is never an issue for me because I usually do my eyes first, so I wipe it away with a makeup wipe. I will say they don't seem to fall out throughout the day though. I don't have any glitter on my face. It's just while I'm applying them that I will notice that fallout. I will swatch these as well. Actually, before I swatch these, I want to mention this little stopper. I have been keeping this in here because I was afraid what would happen if it fell out, but it is clear and I have had them roll away while I'm doing my makeup and then had to search for it on my carpet. My friend Polly confirmed for me my fears. She said she had lost one of these and it did look different. It was kind of broken up in the component here. It did perform okay, that's what she said, but she had to manipulate it a lot more to get it to look like it usually does. So just be aware of that. Do keep this stopper in there. This one is Smoke. These are very soft, very creamy, almost like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. They have the same feeling to them. This one is Blaze. So freaking gorgeous. And then Reflect. And then Vivid. a beautiful army kind of olive green. I had to have that one the second they released it, but it kept selling out. My favorite shadows of the year, especially for the shimmers for the lid. So stunning. You may have noticed I didn't include a palette into the best of 2019. And the reason is because I bought too many damn palettes this year, to be honest. There isn't one that I constantly had to go back and reach for. Of course, I used some that I liked and I used them for a period of time, but then another one would come out and then I couldn't even catch up because I was buying so many. I know that's my problem. I'm such a collector when it comes to makeup, but especially towards the end of this year, I bought so many in November and December that I haven't even touched. So I'm gonna try to be better at that in 2020. It's one of my goals to actually use my damn makeup because I can't justify buying it anymore. But the two palettes that I want to mention that I want to give like an honorable mention to would be the Jackie Aina times ABH palette. I love the color story. I loved working with that palette. And then also the Melt Gemini palette. That one is such a pretty neutral green kind of palette, and you guys know that I am a sucker for green shades. And this last product isn't really makeup, it is more skincare, but it kind of fits into both. This is the Glossier birthdaybalm.com. I did a full video back in the beginning of the year testing out Glossier for the first time. I think I tested all of the products for 6 weeks. This was the standout product. I know it's just lip balm, but hear me out. This lip balm actually stays on my lips, and then even once it does dissipate and you can't see it anymore, my lips feel soft and hydrated. That's what lip balm is supposed to do, but so many of them fail to do that. Once it's gone, your lips just feel drier. That is not the case with this one. This one does have a little bit of glitter in it, and I will show you just on the back of my hand. Next time, I will definitely be purchasing one without glitter, just so I have the option, and then some of them are also tinted. I would love a whole range of these. It smells so good. It's a birthday cake kind of fragrance. I currently have one or two other lip balms that I've been trying to use up before using this one religiously, but I have to stop doing that because what ends up happening is I will get something through like FabFitFun or a sample that I try to use up, and it will end up just sitting longer and longer till it expires, and then I've wasted my favorite product. So I'm gonna start using this, and I'm also gonna be picking up a couple more. Moving on to skincare, my other favorite category. Skincare was what I was talking about when I said that I wanted to list products for my 2018 favorites, and I forgot I already included them. The Tatcha, the Silk Cream, one of my all-time favorites. I love that moisturizer so very much. And then the Pharmacy Green Clean Cleansing Balm cannot be beat in my eyes. I just bought the cherry one. Actually, I bought it months ago and I just started using it. I told you guys I hoard my favorite products, but those two are still my holy grails. These four, though, are four products that I would continue purchasing throughout the next year that I have just fallen in love with. So this is from Neogan Dermalogy. This is the Calendula Real Flower Cleansing Water. I would equate it to a micellar water, but all the micellar waters I've used in the past just usually feel like water on my skin. This leaves me with something. It's like a silkiness, but it doesn't feel like a film on my skin. If I'm describing that correctly, I hope I am. I feel like this is actually cleaning my skin in the morning. Because I have super dry skin, I don't really like to go in with a cleanser in the morning. I think something like this usually does the job. I'll pour a little bit onto a cotton pad and wipe it around. This one does definitely pick up a little bit of dirt. I can tell on my cotton pad, and I feel like it's actually doing something. If I shake this up, it has bubbles, so you guys can see it definitely has some kind of cleansing agent in there, but it doesn't feel stripping on my skin. It also has calendula petals throughout it. They don't really come out of the top though. They don't bother me at all whatsoever. They do have a couple different types of this product, I believe. I will say I went onto Sephora just to research to talk about this product, and they don't carry it anymore. When I first bought this product, it kept selling out, or when I wanted to purchase this product, it kept selling out. I don't know if it's because they were starting to end the relationship with Sephora or if it was just so popular that they couldn't keep it in stock. I know I just said the thing about not going out of my way to purchase the Flower Beauty Concealer. This is something though, I think I would maybe purchase from their website. It has a high enough price point that I could probably purchase 2 of them and maybe get free shipping. I don't know, I'll have to check it out and then also see where else I can buy them, but it is a lovely micellar water, and I feel like it's one of the only ones I've used that actually does something for my skin. This next product I included into a monthly favorites. I think it was my February or March Thrillers and Killers, and I have been using it ever since. This is the Face Halo, and it is a makeup removing sponge or cloth, I guess you would say. This one you just put underneath some running water, you squeeze it out, and then wipe it all over, and it will remove your makeup. It doesn't remove like super thick makeup, like a super thick eyeliner. It won't remove that all the way, or like a waterproof mascara or my lash glue. I always need a cleansing balm for that, but for everything else, it will remove that, and it's kind of like my first step in my makeup removal process. I do think it should be a process, not just like a makeup wipe and go. I do this, my cleansing balm, and then also a cleanser to ensure all my makeup comes off. Before this, I did use the makeup eraser, and while I enjoyed that, I like the size of this. It's really easy to get in and take off my eyeliner or my eye makeup, and then also like around the lips versus having that big old cloth. And I also feel like this washes better. The texture of this does not change after multiple washes, which is what I feel like would happen with the makeup eraser. And then also the makeup eraser would just stay stained for a lot longer, where this one comes pretty clean. I've had this one for maybe 4 or 5 months. I have another one, a backup of this. I bought like a pack of 3 the first time, and this one's been around for a while and it still looks pretty good. What I do immediately after using this, as I take my Dr. Bronner's, I use the rose one, but it doesn't really matter which one, and I will go ahead and wash it with my Dr. Bronner's every single time that I use it, and it stays pretty good looking. And then I'll throw it into the washing machine every couple of weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks. I think you're supposed to do it weekly, but it hasn't killed me yet. Love the Face Halo, and it's been one of my favorite products of this year. 2 more skincare products to talk about. This one is from Drunk Elephant, the TLC Sukari Baby Facial. It's a 25% AHA, 2% BHA blend. It is a mask that you apply to your skin once a week. When I was doing my long haul with Drunk Elephant, I want to say it was just 6 weeks that I used their product. I use only their product. I think it was 6 weeks. I so looked forward to using this product every Sunday. It became kind of like my ritual, and I've gotten away from it because I've been trying to use other masks and I really do miss it, so maybe I'll do it tonight. Pretty much you apply it to your skin for 20 minutes. It will eat away at all of your dead skin cells, and then you remove it and your skin feels baby soft, and it really helps with those dry skin bits. It does sting a little bit when you apply it, and I will say compared to other products of its type, I don't become desensitized to it. I was using Sunday Riley's Good Genes for a couple years, and after I'd say maybe 6 months, even maybe less than that, it didn't tingle or sting as much as it did in the beginning. This one does every time that I use it. That's okay with me. It's kind of like my brain signal that it's working, but I do love this mask. Just be careful if you have sensitive skin. Drunk Elephant does encourage mixing their products. I think the recommendation for this one is the marula oil and then also the Bee Hydra Intensive Serum, but double check me on that. But if you do have sensitive skin, it doesn't mean that you can't use it. You may just have to blend it, or even your first time using it, you may want to mix it with something else. But this is a great mask and I really do love it. The last skincare product is a facial oil. I have so many facial oils, and this is the one that beats them all for me. I love the way it makes my skin feel in the morning. It is heavy, so if you are not into heavy oils on your skin, you will not like this. I think it's also my richest facial oil that I have. The Herbivore Phoenix Facial Oil. This has CoQ10 in it as well as rosehip oil. It has like a very earthy, seedy kind of scent. I purchased this a few years ago and I loved it so much. I did the thing I already talked about and I didn't touch it because I loved it so much I kind of hoarded it. And then what happened is it went bad, so I had to repurchase another one, and that's why it's here in my 2019 video. One of the best facial oils I've tried. I just love the way it feels on my skin. I would definitely recommend getting a sample of it though, because it is a pricey product, but it's a really good one. Moving on to hair care, Function of Beauty. That was a product that I really didn't expect to fall in love with. I've been curious about the customized shampoos and conditioners for quite some time now, and I just thought maybe it was a gimmick, but I was so curious and I wanted to try it. It was kind of like a will she, won't she kind of thing. And then Mikey Glam and Gore before did a video. She was sponsored by them and had a code. So I was like, okay, 20% off. Let me try this out. I tested out the product for 6 weeks. It's the only shampoo and conditioner I used on my hair, and I actually felt a difference. My hair was much longer at the time. It really helped to improve the feel of the ends of my hair, and I also felt like it helped to protect my color. So I went through that first set of shampoo and conditioner. I purchased a second one, which was like a vanilla kind of scent, and then for Black Friday, they had a deal that if you sign up for a subscription, you also would get 20% off. So I finally did a yearly subscription to them. Not a yearly, I think I get it every 6 months. When you do a subscription, you can choose any color and any scent at any time. It's not just seasonal, which is what it usually is for people who aren't members. You don't have to buy this size the first time. This is the 16 ounce, and then they also have an 8 ounce version. I've easily been able to find coupons for them too, so if it's something you're interested in, definitely check that out. One thing I want to mention, which is very small, but everything comes with stickers whenever you purchase. The box will come with stickers, and I think that's so cool that I can decorate my bottles. They don't really show up on the black one, but the other ones they do, and I think it's too cute. This is the vanilla milkshake scent, SHEA, because it smells like shea butter. That's one of the main ingredients. And then this one is in the spice aroma, and the only way I know how to describe it is that it smells like Christmas. Super spicy without smelling like food. I love it so much, and I'm so glad I purchased it. I always get mine in the strong strength because I do like to smell my hair afterwards after I've washed it out, but you do have options. You can get your fragrance lighter if you want to. And then I have 2 hair masks that are very different. Overtone is something that I've been using for a few years, but I have to throw it in here because time and time again, it helps me preserve my color regardless of what that color is. This one is the Vibrant Orange, and of course I've been using it for my orange hair, but I've also used the green, I've used the red, I've used the pink. They all have performed great. I've never had any issues with them. You apply them onto your hair for 20 minutes and then rinse it out. I do usually shampoo my hair first and then apply it, but you can also apply it on dry hair if you want a little bit more of an impact, and I can tell you it really does help to bring out the color. My only gripe, and I say it every time I bring up this product, is that it smells like mint. I'm not a fan of my hair smelling like mint, but I get that it is a scent that a lot of people like, and that's probably why they keep it in there, but I wish it wasn't, and I have to mention it. And then my other favorite mask is from Breo. This is the Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. No sulfates, no silicones, no parabens. Whenever I read that line, I don't know how this doesn't have silicone in it. It has that slippery feel afterwards, like your hair just feels super silky. I don't know how they've managed that with this product, but I'm glad that they did. I haven't had to use it recently because of my short hair. All of my damage got chopped off, but whenever my hair feels really gross or I've just not been very kind to it, this is the mask that I will reach for. They have a few different sizes of this. I think this is maybe just the half size, but it is a great mask if you do have damaged hair or you're concerned that you're drying your hair out, or if you're using too much heat on it. This is something that's great to use every now and then just to give a little bit of repairing. And like I said, the fact that it doesn't have silicones in it, I can't believe it. Breo and then Drybar are probably my 2 favorite hair care brands that consistently deliver great products for me. This is the Triple Sec. This is the 3-in-1. It texturizes, amplifies, and then also refreshes your hair. You can use it like a dry shampoo. The way I use it, I'm going to show you guys because it sounds kind of pointless, but it just gives me like a little bit of texture. My hair's super dirty now. I have so much dry shampoo in it, but it just gives me some texture. I already used it earlier today. My hair is looking like really flat or really straight. I'll apply this. It kind of works like a hair perfume too because it has that signature Drybar fragrance. My hair kind of looks like a frizzy mess today because it's the end of the day and it's just not been behaving, but normally when I use this, it just gives me a little bit of life to my hair. It looks really great if I've curled my hair and I want it to look more like loose waves than tight curls. It will help to hold that a little bit too, even though it doesn't claim to be like a hairspray. Half of it for me is probably honestly the scent. If that didn't smell good, I may not give it such positive reviews. It's not something that everybody needs, but I really enjoy using it. My hair can be really like lifeless if I've just washed it, so I need a little bit of something to make it feel dirty, I guess is the word, to give me a little bit of grip so that I can have that texture to my hair and it doesn't just lay flat and stick to my face. Love that product. And then the last product is my favorite perfume of the year. I think perfume is something that's so personal and different for everyone, but this one is one that I think a lot of people would like. A lot of people enjoy the scent of vanilla. This is from the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. It usually sits back here on the very top shelf, but right now I have Rose Amber from the 7 Virtues sitting there. I'll switch them back later on. I also really love that perfume. This one is so warm and inviting, also a little bit spicy, so it's not just like a boring vanilla. I went back to being cruelty-free in 2019, and perfume is one of the hardest things to find when you're cruelty-free. So many of the big brands that have been around for years and years, like Dior, Chanel, I mean, all the designer fragrances pretty much aren't cruelty-free. Thankfully, a lot of brands like this one have been coming out, and even if they're not natural or eco-conscious, a lot of new brands are now cruelty-free. The 7 Virtues has about, I'd say like 6 or 7 perfumes, I think. I've also tried the Rose Amber, which I mentioned that I really love. This one is pear, rose, and vanilla are the fragrance notes, but I definitely get something more spicy. It's warm, it's inviting, I can wear it daytime, nighttime, and I also think I can wear it throughout every season, which is why it made the best of 2019. Let me know below what your list would be. It doesn't have to be 19 products, but just some products that stand out that are your favorites. Also, if you've tried any of these products, let me know what your thoughts are below. And I would also like to know what else you guys want to see from me in 2020 as I'm starting to create my list for videos, for future videos in January and February. I have to say before I go, a huge thank you to you for checking me out, for sticking with me, for supporting me in 2019. Even if you just found me in December, it means the world to me. I love talking with you guys. Commenting and replying and having conversations with you is one of the best parts of my day. So thank you so very much. If you would like to see me and more of my remarks and you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you and I will see you soon.